Off the east coast of Australia is a very special island called Kari, once known as Fraser Island. Its name comes from the indigenous Buchela people and means paradise. It is the largest sand island in the world. For over 900,000 years, ocean currents have carried sand to this area, slowly building the island. Wind shaped the sand into huge dunes, but instead of becoming empty desert, something amazing happened. Nutrients blown in by the wind helped tiny fungi grow, which made the sand rich enough for plants. First, grasses grew, then trees like she oaks and banksias, and over time, large rainforests covered the island. The Buchela people have lived here for more than 5,000 years. Inside the island, there are more than 40 freshwater lakes sitting high on the sand dunes. One famous lake is Lake Mackenzie, also called a perch lake because it sits on top of sand and organic material that stops rainwater from draining away. The sand around the lake is almost pure white silica, and the water is so clean and pure that very little wildlife can live in it. However, small plants grow near the shores, including sundews, tiny plants that catch and eat insects with their sticky hairs. The sundew plant gets its nutrients by digesting the insects it catches. Across much of Kari, there are eucalypt woodlands. The ground is covered with ferns, grasses, and evergreen plants like foxtail sedge. The island is home to over 30 types of lizards. The biggest is the lace monitor, also called the tree goanna. It can grow up to 2 meters long and weigh 14 kilograms. Lace monitors use their tongues to smell prey, eat almost anything smaller than themselves, and have tough skin that protects them from snake bites. They are great climbers, scaling trees to hunt or escape danger, and can even eat some of Australia's deadliest snakes. Deep inside the island, the rainforests are one of Kari's greatest treasures. Sand usually lacks nutrients, but fungi help by breaking down dead plants and returning nutrients to the soil, allowing forests to grow. Some trees here are enormous, like sadene trees, which can reach 40 meters high and live for over 1,000 years. Other trees include brushbox and hoop pines. Staghorn ferns grow on trees to get more light, capturing rain and debris to feed themselves. Along Wingulba Creek, the water is very clear and rare king ferns grow here. These ferns are prehistoric, over 300 million years old, and have fronds up to 8 meters long. The rainforest is also home to predators, including the carpet python, making it a dangerous but fascinating place. The carpet python is named for the beautiful patterns on its skin and can grow up to 3 meters long. It is not venomous but uses heat sensors on its jaw to detect prey. Carpet pythons hunt by sneaking up on animals and killing them by wrapping around them and suffocating them. They eat small mammals, birds, and lizards. Dingo is Australia's largest land predator and has made Kari a safe home. Dingoes arrived in Australia about 4,000 years ago, but how they reached the island is unknown. They may have swum or traveled with indigenous Australians. Unlike dingoes elsewhere that mix with domestic dogs, Kari's dingoes are believed to be pure. About 200 live on the island in family packs of 3 to 12. Though they may look like pet dogs, they are wild and powerful. Dingoes have excellent smell, can run fast, and travel up to 40 kilometers a day for food. They hunt cleverly, sometimes chasing wallabies into the water. Dingoes rarely bark, but howl like wolves, and packs are led by a breeding male. Fighting for status is common, leaving scars, torn ears, or limps. Kari's sand has built up over hundreds of thousands of years. Wind and time layered new sand over old, compressing it. Coastal erosion exposes these layers, showing vibrant colors caused by minerals like iron, which oxidize in deeper layers. The island's waters are visited by humpback whales, adding to the rich diversity of life around Kari. Every winter, humpback whales visit the waters around Kari. Mothers bring newborn calves just a few days old. These calves drink high-fat milk and can gain about 45 kilograms each day. Humpbacks travel to the warmer subtropical waters to give birth because the calves, born without protective blubber, cannot survive in the cold polar seas. The protected bays along the Fraser coast provide a safe place for the whales to rest before their long journey back to Antarctica. Kari is separated from the mainland by the Great Sandy Strait, a region of shallow waters mangroves, and sandbanks. This area is an important sanctuary for sea mammals. The dugong, also called the sea cow, eats the abundant seagrass around Kari. Although they live in the sea, they are more closely related to elephants than to whales or dolphins. Adults can weigh over 400 kilograms and eat up to 30 kilograms of seagrass each day. There are also dolphins in these waters. Dolphins are social animals that live and hunt in groups called pods, communicating through clicks and whistles. They spend much of their time hunting fish and crustaceans in the shallow waters. Kari is home to hundreds of birds. The largest is the white-bellied sea eagle, with a wingspan over 2 meters. More common are Brahminy kites, which mostly scavenge, but sometimes steal food from other birds. Crested terns feed offshore and return to the island's beaches to rest. On the ground, nocturnal birds like the bushstone curlew hunt at night and hide during the day, nesting in shallow scrapes on bare ground and staying still to avoid predators. Kari's sand dunes are stabilized by plants, but fire or cyclones can create blowouts, large moving dunes that gradually consume everything in their path. Over time, sand movement stops, and forests reclaim the area. These sand blows are a powerful force, shaping the island's landscape. Freshwater lakes like Lake Alum host crufts turtles, which eat insects, crustaceans, and fish when young, and add plants and fruits to their diet as adults. Lake Bamangin is the largest perch lake in the world, 80 meters above the ocean, with reddish water from plant tannins. Lake Wabi is the deepest lake on the island, formed by a sand dune dam, but in 100 years it will be covered by advancing sand.